Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. Stocks just hitting session lows right now. We're down over 1% on the S&P. The Dow's down around 700 points. Our next guest said back in January there was a, quote, 100% chance that Israel would target Iran's nuclear infrastructure this year. And that is exactly what happened overnight. Joining us now is Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, former National Security Advisor and Hoover Institution Senior Fellow. Lieutenant General, it's great to have you on a day like today. Thank you for joining us.
Well, hey, Sarah, thanks for having me.
So how are you thinking about what happens next?
Well, I think what we can anticipate is that Iran will respond in whatever way they can. Their ability to do so, though, is greatly diminished because of the decisive actions that Israel took, not only in Gaza against Hamas, but against Hezbollah in Lebanon, where Hezbollah had 250,000 or so, rockets and missiles pointed at Israel. So Israel has secured its borders. You had the collapse of the Syrian regime as well that cascaded after the effective attacks on Hezbollah. But they still have a lot that they can do through their proxies in the region. This is the Iranians' use of the Houthis. They could shut down shipping, in the Bab el-Mandeb or in the Persian Gulf. They could attack their Arab neighbors if they think their Arab neighbors were complicit in this. If, for example, Iran is unable to export oil, they might try to ensure that others can't export oil as well. We could anticipate, I think, cyber attacks, but also I think, Sarah, what we could see are terrorist attacks through Iranian-supported, Iranian-sponsored terrorist organizations around the world. Remember back in 1992 and 1994, you had the attacks against first an Israeli embassy in Argentina and then a Jewish community center, which killed over 100 people. They shot down a Panamanian airline around that same period of time. There have been many assassination attempts, across the world. You have a former U.S. Secretary of State and national security advisors and others still under threat here in the United States. So I think Iran will do everything they can to respond, but their ability to do so has been greatly diminished, largely because of the decisive actions that the IDF has taken, the Israeli Defense Forces, and their intelligence capabilities, as well as the U.S. and the integrated air defense. Remember, Sarah, the attacks on the Aramco oil facilities years ago?
Yes.
Since that time, air defenses in the region have improved dramatically.
Well, yeah, I'm curious how you reacted to how it all unfolded, the strike itself. The more we learn about it, it just shows the amazing capability of Israeli intelligence, what modern day warfare looks like. The fact that they were so embedded inside Iran that they were able to take out these key figures. How do you assess it?
Well, absolutely. The Mossad has done a fantastic job in penetrating Iran because, of course, this is an existential threat to Israel. One of the commanders killed, the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, said on television a few years ago that the goal of the IRGC, the goal of the theocratic dictatorship in Iran was to wipe Israel off the map. So Israel is determined that Iran not get the most destructive weapons on earth. This is the Begin Doctrine that goes back to the 1981 strikes against a nuclear facility in Iraq, as well as the 2007 strike against a Syrian nuclear facility. But of course, this was orders of magnitude much larger than either one of those strikes. And I think what it's the beginning of is probably a sustained campaign to block Iran's path to a nuclear weapon.